Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. Today we're going to be
mad scientists.
We are going to be terrorizing the world, coming up with crazy inventions, sending out our espionage spies out on other people to collect money on them. We're going to be making some money. Today we're looking at Nefarious. This is sort of a reprint of an older game done by Donald X. Vaccarino, the same guy who designed Dominion. And this is reprinted by USAopoly. It's 2 to 6 players, plays in about 30 minutes. Let me show you how it's played. I'll see you on the other side. In Nefarious, at the beginning of the game, you get to pick your color, and by doing so, you pick up the 4 action cards of your color and 5 spies. Now, all those action cards do all the same thing. The only difference is really the color of them. And when someone's taken a color of cards and their spies, they also get 3 invention cards face down. These will be hidden from other players. You also get $10, and I must mention the components on this are definitely not the best. You can see how they did not even punch out correctly. This was pretty average for some of the ones that we saw here. It's definitely low component quality here on the money. Now in this game, you're going to be playing cards. What you're trying to do is gather money, and money's going to allow you to create inventions, and inventions going to give you points, and you're playing to 20 points. So how the game works is everyone has these 4 cards, and each of these 4 cards have each of these 4 actions: espionage, invent, research, and work. And you'll be playing these one at a time in a round, face down, and once everybody has their cards face down that they want to play, they will then flip them up. So let's show you what a round might look like. So the first thing that happens is, let's say everyone's played a single card. Once everyone's done, we flip it over and we see what people do. Now people could play the same card if they want to. In this case, there wasn't, because I'm going to show you all the different actions. And the first thing that we do is we pay out any money of spies that have espionage. So for example, let's say the yellow player from a previous round had a spy on here. We'll talk about how you get those there in just a moment. If any player played the number 2 invent card, and they are seated just to the left or just to the right of this yellow player, they owe him $1 for every spy that's on that spot. In this case, they'd owe him $2. In this case, they'd owe him $3. But in this case, let's just say you had 1, and so each of those players owe them $1 if they played the 2 invent card. Once everyone's been paid off for the spies, we go in order of 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty easy. Espionage. This is what allows you to place a spy. This was the yellow player. And let's say the yellow player puts a spy here. If he puts it here, it costs him $1 to put one here. Here is free, here is free, here it costs him $2 a place. So he had one there from an earlier round, and now he just placed one here. Now the other player, the purple one, played invent, and this says build 1 invention card. Now everyone starts with these 3 of these invention cards on their turn, and they can pick which one they want. In this case, it's nanobots. So it costs $5, so they would spend $5 of their 10 that they started with to the bank. They would get 3 points. This stays out in front of them, and this does certain actions. Essentially, this arrow to me says me. I'm going to draw 2 more invention cards, and I'm going to mix those with the ones that I've already got in my hand, and I'm going to figure out which 2 I'm going to discard. So I get 2, but then I have to discard 2. Now these are points for the end of the game. So number 3 is research. Gain $2 and draw an invention card. So that player simply would just draw the 2 coins and draw one of these invention cards to help for later. And whoever played 4 simply just gains 4 coins from the bank. And once this round's over, everyone would take their cards back to the right colors. They would figure out which action they want to place. They would place their single card, and we would do this over and over again. Now let's look at some of these invention cards. This one, you need $12 to do the ice cap melt, and you get just straight up 5 points. Aphrodisiacs is worth 7. You got to pay to get this one. You only get 2 points, but you also get 8 coins, so it gives you some money. The aging ray, it costs 11. You get 4 points. Everyone else takes a spy on the board and removes it and puts it in their supply, and so do you. You have to take a spy off the board if you have one. The blinding ray, it costs 13. You get 5 points. Everyone else loses $3, and so do you. The time viewer is 7 coins to build it. You get 3 points, and you're going to get 1 coin for every spy that you have on the board. And we have the reanimator. It's 19 coins to get this, but it's 7 points, and everyone else gets 2 coins. So those are the types of inventions. There's a ton of them here, but this gives you an idea of what they do. Now there's also a ton of these twist cards, and these will be random every game, so every game will play a little bit differently. Essentially what this does is just changes the rule of the games. For example, work. Instead of getting $4, you get $6 when you take the work action. So it's usually 4, but you're going to get 6. So working is better in this game. Game theory, if you played a research this turn, you collect double money from your spy. So if someone did the research item, which is this one right here, usually you gain just 2 coins and you get an invention card. But in this case, if you play it, you collect double from your spies. So if I had played research and I was yellow, but somebody else played work, because my yellow spy's there, I would gain $2 for each spy instead of 1. That's how that one works. And here's some other ones that are randomly added. And again, there's only 2 per game, but here's some other ones. Animal rights activists, you don't gain money when you do research. When you play an invention, each other player loses 2 coins afterwards. You have +1 victory point for every 5 coins you have. When you play an invention, draw a card afterwards. So different things, they just kind of change the game a little bit. So that's pretty much the game. People are playing their single card, they're flipping them over. We're going in order 1, 2, 3, 4. People are getting money for their spies. You're trying to gain money and cards. Use that money to play the cards to get points. First to 20 is the winner. All right, well, there is Nefarious. Now, I've seen the older version of this, and this new version, I really like the update of the artwork and the colors and just the whole scheme of the way it looks. The cards look cool, the board looks cool, the box looks cool. That's probably the thing I like the best about this new version. Now that leads me to the components, which is the flip side. Unfortunately, these components are among the worst that I've seen. Those coins, as you saw in the overview, had things hanging from them. They never punched out quite right. Most of them punched out incorrect. They just felt very cheap, very low grade quality components there. The cards as well, even the invention cards were like super thin. I mean, they would bend so easily. Really chintzy components here in this game. Now the game itself is okay. You gotta think, it's aimed at sort of family level. Maybe people that don't play a lot of games, they just wanna have 4 ideas. They wanna throw a card down, they wanna figure out what they're doing to get some money, to get some, to play the inventions and get some stuff and get points. I mean, if you think of a very simple game, like a simple Euro game where you're getting this to get that, to win, I think this can teach that type of game well without it being intimidating and having it easy accessible. So if you're looking for someone to like learn Euro games but have it be very light, this could do that for you. Personally, I think there's other games out there that do that better. This game tends to feel a little randomish and a little boring to me. Where yes, you're putting you're putting guys out there, and you're going to collect some money. And some people put them on the espionage space because they got some guys early, and then every time you go there, you're going to give them some money, assuming you're sitting next to them and such. And you're playing guys, and you're getting money, and you're trying to get out this money engine so that you can then play the cards, and then certain things happen, and it was okay. It wasn't a terrible game, but it wasn't one that lives up to Dominion, for example, another game from Donald Vaccarino, who's well known for that, one of the most popular games in board gaming history. And this game, I think it came out before that anyways, originally, and it was okay. If you're looking for an easy game to teach people Euro-style games, and you like the artwork, try it before you buy it. Otherwise, I'm not going to give this one a hugely overly, recommendation just because it was okay. Didn't really blow my socks off. Wasn't a terrible game. If some people really want to play it, sure, I'll play it with you. It's fine, but it's not going to be the first thing I pull out, and that's Nefarious.